Alright. So Anna, based off this triangle over here, God dog. Well, that's a good way to start a video, but we're gonna keep it. Based on this triangle over here, Anna, we want to write sine, which is opposite over hypotenuse, from angle A though. From angle A, we want to make a ratio representing sine. Do you think you know what the first one should be? From angle A. Right here, you want to write a sine ratio. Opposite over hypotenuse. There's no trick here. Using the little lowercase letters. Yeah, using the they got the sides labeled with lowercase letters. What would sine be?
Would it be A over C?
There it is, A over C. That would be a sine ratio coming from angle A. A over C. Now, Adna, I want you to do sine from angle B. B over C. Thank you. That was a solid start. So those are those ratios going from those angles. You can go from, either angle. The only angle we won't go from is C, because C is our 90-degree angle. We'll never do a trig function from the 90-degree angle. We'll only do it from the other two angles that we have on the triangle. Nick, let's go with you next, man. Next is cosine. Nick, adjacent over hypotenuse. So from angle A, they want you to write a cosine ratio, man. Adjacent over hypotenuse from angle A.
Would it be B over C?
B over C. I thought I asked the wrong person. From angle B, Nick, they want you to do cosine.
Would it be A over C?
A over C. The last one is tangent. Tangent is a opposite over adjacent ratio. They want us to do tan from angle A and from angle B. London, tan from angle A. Opposite over adjacent from angle A. From angle A, give me a ratio of opposite over adjacent. Louder. A over what? That's hypotenuse. A over B. From angle B, they want you to do tan. Say it louder. You're doing hypotenuse again. B over A. Alright. I feel a little bit more comfortable doing those with you because we didn't start that. That's the joke to me. Imagine the other kids today. They starting right there. They're not even learning how to label first. They starting right there, and it's going to be expected to write those ratios. They're going to have a headache on their hands. Alright. This next part. This is just what we did on the board, the foldable. They just bought it on a sheet. Like I said, the other kids not making foldables either, so it's going to be the soccer tour stuff. Well, I meant to tell you that. I didn't mention that to y'all, too. I mentioned to the other two classes. That acronym, they got a whole story that goes behind that. They even told it to us when I was in high school. I don't even really remember the story. I don't really care about the story. But it's a story about Sakatoa. They make up some story about an Indian or something like that. It's all to help you remember the acronym. Yeah, I don't know it. It's probably a video out there, so somebody explaining it. You could Google it or YouTube it if you really want to know the story behind the jump. I don't really care. It's just the acronym, but the acronym is called Sakatoa. So SOH. The side part is sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. The CAH, cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. This is all in on your foldable. I'm just doing the stuff from your foldable. And then the last one, tangent, or not tangent, TOA, excuse me, TOA, is tangent equals opposite over adjacent. I'm not showing you anything new. Once again, this is from your foldable. I just want to write it on your notes since it's available for us to write there. Alright, moving on. Down here, same thing we did up top. We're writing ratios based on, they give us everything on the triangle. They just want to see if we could be able to pull a little information we need off the triangle and write trig ratios based on the function that they call out. So it says give each trigonometric ratio as a fraction in simplest form. Once we write the fraction too, we're going to make sure it's simplified. If it's not simplified, we're going to reduce it ourselves. Well, I want me to start me out here. Let's go Sam. Sam, on number 1 right here, got triangle ABC, and they got the sides 5, 12, and 13. Let's just focus on this little column right here, Sam. They want to know sine of angle A, then they want to know cosine of A, then they want to know tangent of A. Start me out with sine of A. From angle A, give me sine ratio. If you need help, look up above to refer to what they are. On this part right here, the remember, we just wrote them in the remember section. From angle A, give me sine. If you're not confident yet, I can come back to you, but I'm going to come back to you. You need me to come back, Sam? Does he even know I'm talking to him?
I don't think so.
Bro, I know you don't have headphones in right now. I've been talking to you this whole time. And we on video. I'm going to come back to you. Pay attention. Joey, let's go. Sine for angle A. Joey, let's roll, man. What's the ratio?
I'm thinking.
It ain't that much thinking involved.
Is it 5 and 3? Or 5 and 3?
5 over 13. How long you need to think on that?
I wasn't sure if that's exactly what
Yeah, whatever. Can you reduce that, Joey? Alright, we're moving on. Cosine of angle A. $12 over 13. Can you reduce that, Joey? We're moving on then. Tan of angle A. 5 over 12. Can you reduce that one, Joey? No. Alright, we cool then. Sam, I'm coming right back to you. We're going from angle C now. We need to write sine, cosine, and tan ratios from there. From angle C, Sam, we need to write a sine function. Our ratio. We're going from angle C. I'm going to help you out there. Five is adjacent to C. 12 over 13. From angle C, cosine. 5 5 over 13. From angle C, tangent. 12 over 5. Thank you. Alright, we're doing the same thing in this next section, but in this next section, issue is we missing side KM or MK. To write these ratios, we need that side. We can find that side too. On this triangle's right triangle, they did give us two of our sides. They gave us 16 and 34. We can find side KM, and then we can write our trig ratios. Y'all should already know what I'm about to say, but y'all gonna make me say it? Huh? There it is, Pythagorean theorem. We can always use that when we got 2 out of the 3 sides. Yeah. So, only thing you need to recognize is that 34 is your hypotenuse. You know that should be C. These two can be A and B, whichever one you want them to be. I'm going to let my missing side be A. A squared plus 16 squared equals 34 squared. Solving that real quick. A squared plus, this is 256. And then 34 squared is going to be 1156. Subtract that, 256. Subtract 256. A squared is equal to 900. Then square root. We can't take the square root of 900. That would give us a whole number. It's going to give us 30. So KM or MK, whichever way you look at it, is equal to 30. Now that I got that, I'm ready to write some ratios. We're going to reduce if we can to mapping my way back around. You'll target too. Let's go Jess. Jess, we're going from angle L. Angle L, we need to write a sine ratio. Good, 30 over 34. Jess, can we reduce that? Yeah, we can. It's two even numbers. We definitely can divide by 2. Let's start there. Divide by 2. What's 30 divided by 2? 15. What's 34 divided by 2? You might not know that off the top of your head. Thank you, sir. 17. 15 over 17. Well, 17 is a prime number, so I can't go into that. So we're done on that one. That's simplified. Just the next one is cosine of angle L. $16 over 34. Alright, we need to reduce that one too. Let's do the 2 again. 8 over 17. Thank you. And then the last one, just tan of angle L. $30 over 16. Thank you. Reducing. There it is. 15 over 8. Cool. So that's all my functions from angle L. Then we're going to switch and we're going to go from angle M. And we're going to get our ratios. Let's let Karan finish us off. From angle M, Karan, we need to do sine. You're just telling me one number. What you saying? Karan, what's sine function, bro? What's sine? Sine equals what? I know, what's the ratio? I'm talking about look up at the top where it says remember, bro. Okay. So from angle M, what's your opposite? Okay, what's your hypotenuse? Alright, so sine of angle M. Jesus Christ. We need to reduce that to Quran, but lucky for you, we already reduced that over here to the left. Alright. Quran, let's move a little faster now. Cosine of angle M. From angle M. Adjacent, bro. Adjacent over hypotenuse. You struggling right now, I see. From angle M. From angle M, bro, what side is adjacent to angle M? Yeah, man. Hypotenuse square? 30 over 34. Reducing? Simplify. I know you're going to get this last one without my help. From angle M, tangent. (16/30). Reduce? 8/15. Alright, we made it. So, we finally made our way to where I want to get to. Us actually solving some trig functions. Let's do it. I'm starting with somebody on here too. I ain't gonna let y'all off the hook. On the back, we're finding missing sides with trig ratios. Yes. All we're doing right now is finding missing sides, though. I'm showing you how to find missing angles tomorrow. Missing angles is really easy, too. Missing sides part, that's easy, but angles is way easier. So let's just focus on finding missing sides, the outside stuff. So solve for x, round to the nearest 10. Lily, you're a good person to start with. I think you're ready. Let's label. 19 is H. X will be O. Good. Lily, based on the way you just labeled this, which two sides that you label have value on them?
19 and X.
So name those two sides for me.
Oh,
H and O. I'm asking not just Lily, but everybody to look. But I want Lily to give me the answer. Look at your foldable, or you can look at the front of your notes, whichever one you want. Which trig function, Lily, asks you for H and O or O and H? It don't matter the order. Which trig function has O and H in it? Only one of them.
would it be the sine one?
It is sine. The very first one. Sine is O and H. And when you look at that, it's telling you how to write it too, Lily. So if you look inside, it's showing you how to write the trig function. I'm going to abbreviate too. We don't write the whole thing out. I'm going to write S-I-N, sine, not sin. Y'all going to tell me sin though, but it's sine. We abbreviate. Sine, and then after that, I put X degrees, but it's asking me for your degrees next. It's sine of whatever degrees they give you. In this case, it's 28 degrees inside the triangle. Equals, and then Lily, it says what over what? Opposite over hypotenuse. So based on that, Lily, what you gonna write for your ratio? X over 19. This is us setting up a trig function right here. Alright. Then from there we need to just solve for x, and once we do that we can type that in the calculator. Because right now the way it's set up, x is not by itself. before I can write this and put this in the calculator, I need to solve for x. To solve for x is pretty easy to do. On this side, treat this just like any other equation. I know you got other stuff added in now, but we still gonna treat this like any other equation. If this was any other equation, get x by itself, what would we do in this situation? We will multiply by 19 on both sides, wouldn't we? To get the 19 off the bottom of the fraction and move it to the other side. So x is being divided by 19. To get 19 off the bottom, I'm going to multiply by 19. I'm multiply by 19 over here as well. That's going to cancel this. On this side, I'm going to rewrite. I'm going to have 19 times sine 28 degrees equals x. Now I have x by itself. I am ready to put this in the calculator. Now, if you have your iPhone or Android phone, you can do it the same way. I'm going to put it in my calculators that I give you guys. If you have a more advanced calculator, you're going to have to wait. I'm going to just show you how to do it afterwards. If you have the more advanced calculator, you can honestly just type it in the way it looks. You can just type all that in and hit equals. On my calculators or on your iPhone calculators, you can't do that. It's not hard to put this in. You just got to do it a certain way. So pay attention. Oh, before we even type this in too, things I need to remind y'all about. Y'all phones are already set into degrees mode, but calculators are not necessarily. If you're using a handheld calculator, first thing you need to make sure is that your calculator reads degrees up here. This never mattered to y'all really before because y'all never did any kind of higher math like this. It don't matter what mode your calculator is if you just typing in regular little this times this, this times this. But when you start using trig functions, your calculator needs to be in degrees, DEG. If it's not in that mode, you could change using this DRG button right here. Sometimes kids don't know they accidentally click these buttons and your calculator end up in another mode. This is radians, this is gradients. You want your calculator in degrees for trig. If not, you're going to get the wrong answer. It's going to spit you out some wacky stuff. Sometimes it may even say error if you try to type certain stuff in. But make sure your calculator's in that mode. Like I said, y'all cell phones are already in that mode, so you'll be good. Alright, from there, if y'all using phones or my calculator, it's 19 times, but then we don't hit the sign button next. Then we hit enter our degrees, 28, and then we do the function on that degrees. The function was sine. So I'm going to hit the sine button on my calculator. It's going to do sine of 28 degrees. That's what the sine of 28 degrees is. Then after that, I need to hit the equal sign, so it because it's remembered right now that I started out with 19 times this. When I hit equals, it's actually going to do the 19 times this decimal. And it'll give me my answer, 8.91. Make sure you see this in the calculator. You'll know you put it in right if you did that. I'm going to do it again for you, though. 19 times 28. Hit your function, whichever one you're using. We're using sine. Then hit equal. It'll give you your length.
The letters start at 8.9 or 9?
Round to the nearest 10th. X equals 8.9. Uh-oh. If you have one of the more advanced calculators, like I said, you can on that one you can just type the stuff in the way you see it. On this one you can just do 19 times where the sine function of sine. And on these calculators, when you hit sine, it'll put a parentheses after it. It's asking you for the degrees. Hit 28, close the parentheses, hit equals, it'll tell you your answer. If you have a more advanced calculator.
You said 19
times
28
sine
sine
equals.
Okay.
Alright, let's do another one. Number 4.
Oh, you got the equals?
Oh my God.
Gosh. Okay, now I'm fine.
I'm just probing. Oh, I'm probing the room. I don't know who I want yet. Ryan, let's go. Number 4.
Okay, so the one side is going to be H. The X is going to be O. And then the 32 is going to be A.
Okay, based on the way you labeled.
It's going to be 10.
Good. The trig function is going to be tangent because we have opposite and adjacent.
Am I supposed to remember all this?
No, all of what?
Like the opposite side thing?
Be honest with you, by the time we finish practicing, it'll be in your memory bank anyway. Most kids don't even be needing a foldable no more. But 2 things. You can use the foldable on your test because the trig functions are on your reference sheet at the end of the year. But I'm telling you, by the time you finish practicing trig with me, you're not going to need them. You ain't even going to need the foldable no more. This is just a repetition thing. By the time you do enough problems, you'll know it. So tan of what degrees, Ryan? Nuh-uh. Tan of what degree? 41 degrees. Equals, I'm listening now. X over 32. Only thing I want to tell you right now while we at it, don't ever think that X is always going to be on the top. X will not always be on the top of your ratio. You set it up the way you're supposed to set it up, and then if X is on the bottom, you handle that accordingly. We're going to get there in these examples though. But don't get in the mind frame that X is always going to be on top. It's not. But it is in this case again, so X is being covered by 32. It's been divided by 32, so to get that off the bottom, once again, I'm going to multiply by 32. Times 32 on this side, that's going to cancel this. I'm going to rewrite because I like my stuff to look a certain kind of way. 32 times 10, 41 degrees equals X. And then we put that in the calculator. I'll show you again though, because some of y'all I know didn't catch the first time. 32 times 41 degrees. I need to use my function, tan. I'm hitting the tan. It's going to give me the decimal, then I'm hitting equals. It'll tell me my length. 27.8. Try it in your calculator though. Y'all gonna be on your own doing this, so you need to make sure you see these numbers in the calculator so you know you're putting it in right. Make sure you see these values. James, pick your head up, please. It's the most important part. You sleep?
Can you do it again?
Do what? The calculator?
Yeah.
32 times 41 degrees tan equals Jesus. Yes, Mason. I don't understand that. What did he say?
He said he doesn't know how you got 27 because that's not what he got.
Mine's showing 20.
It's because you equaled that.
Did you hit the wrong function?
Did you hit? I got 20.99999.
Probably hit the wrong trig function.
I got.
Are you using sine or tan? Who? We're using tan.
32 times
Oh my God.
times 41
Tan.
10 equals
Oh. So your calculator. What kind of phone is this?
it's Android.
Oh, that's why. This Android lets you type in the whole expression. The fact that it's putting the parentheses there, you could do it a regular way. So you just type this stuff in like this. But you're not gonna be able to use your phone on my test, so you need to learn how to put it in my calculator if you need to borrow one of mine.
Okay.
So you need to know both ways, man. You're not gonna be able to use this phone on the test.
Yeah.
Alright. But on your phone, you can just type it in like this: 32 times 10. If it gives you parentheses, it wants the thing after. That's why I was showing them on this calculator.
Okay.
41.
That's actually really good.
Parentheses. It's already showing the answer before you get equals.
Okay.
But like I say, if you don't have that kind of calculator, you might want to start, learning how to use mine. Because you're going to have to use my calculator on the test. Alright, number 5. Anybody else having issues before we get there? Did you get it now? Yeah, you're hitting the wrong function. Ava, let's go. Let's make you make some decisions. Number 5.
So
First, we're going to label.
okay, so the blank side. Oh no, yeah, that's right. One order. H is the one with X. A is the one with 36. And then O is the blank.
Based on the way you just labeled, which trig function will we need to use?
Today?
Do the home learning. Don't worry about practice.
I don't know.
Can I do one if I get it?
Ava, let me ask you a question. Out of the 3 sides that you label, which 2 sides have value on them?
H and A.
H and A. Which trig function calls for H and A?
The column.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, that.
So, this one is... Oh, you might need me for this too, and I don't know if you're ready yet. Cosine of what degrees? Equals what over what?
Equals X over 36.
What is what does your foldable say?
Oh wait, it's it would be 36 over X.
Alright, so this is 1. Where we have the X on the bottom. I hope I haven't lost y'all attention because you don't know what you need to know yet. This is one where X is on the bottom. We need to treat this a little bit differently. Jamesy, pick your head back up, man. Come on. You're gonna be struggling. This is this whole unit, bro. This whole unit is trig, man. The rest of the week after this, we're gonna be working on word problems. That's all you're gonna see on your test. On your test, we'll never have a triangle like this.
Are you serious?
We won't have not a single one. On your test, it's gonna be shit like this. And you're gonna have to draw your own stuff. I can even show you. Hold on. I got a paper up here. Here you go. This is what your test gonna look like. Word problems. This is all trig too. This is all based on what we're doing right now. We're just doing the starting point right now. This is a trig problem. I love this problem. One of these is gonna be on your test too. It's not hard. You need to pay attention. Wake up, pick your head up, let's go. Shh, learn how to do simple stuff first. We'll crawl before we walk. Shut up, Malik. On this one, the variable is on the bottom. So I gotta handle this a bit differently. I can't multiply by 36 because that's on top. I gotta get the X off the bottom. My goal is still to solve for X though, but I gotta get it off the bottom of this fraction first. To get it off the bottom of the fraction, I'm gonna do what I've been doing. I'm gonna multiply by what's ever on the bottom, which is X. I'm times them by X on this side, times them by X on this side. It's gonna cancel here. I'm rewriting this as X times cosine 43 degrees equals 36. And then I'm still not done because X isn't by itself. But over here with X, I got X times cosine 43. You're still thinking about how you would solve any other equation to get x by itself. This is x times something. To get that away from x, what do I need to do? Divide this whole thing to the other side. Cosine 43, I'm sorry. Divide by cosine 43, divide by cosine 43. Cancel over here. Now I got x by itself. So I have x equals 36 over cosine 43. This is what you have to do when you have the variable on the bottom. You're going to end up dividing at the end anyway, instead of multiplying like we did. Alright, now I got x by itself. I'm ready to put this in the calculator. Situation doesn't change much, it's just that I'm dividing this time instead of multiplying. I'm going to start out on this one, 36 divided by, and then I'm going to put in my degrees, 43. My function was cosine, so I'm hitting cosine of 43 to get that. Then I'm hitting equal. It's going to tell me my length. X equals 49.2.
So instead of doing 36 times root 3, you do 36 divided by, please.
I put in the calculator again for you. 36 divided by 43 cosine equals. Make sure you see it in your calculator too, please. Joy, you are a serious problem over there. I'm telling you, man. It's been the whole time I've been watching them. I've been watching so much that I'm ready to do something that I want to do. Alright, next problem. Let's see, because she's been talking a lot, so let's see what she knows. Miss Boyd, I've been hearing you over there, so I want to see what's up. Number 6. Yeah, let's go. Say it one more time. Still waiting on you. Can't hear you whispering. I don't know. What are you saying? Say it louder. Sine 33, Which one are you rolling with? So you just told me two things again. Which one are we rolling with? Jesus Christ. That's what I'm talking about. You're not paying attention. You're doing too much talking about that. What does your thing say? Sine is what over what? That ain't what sine says. Jesus Christ. I'm just asking you, without numbers, read your foldable. Sine is what over what?
Are you still recording?
This is a horrible video. I'm still going to post it. So I ask you now, what should my ratio be? Whew. Alright. I don't need your help no more. I'm good. Thank you. I just need you to pay some attention. That's all. Stop talking so much with Joey. Because he back there talking and he know what to do and he don't even care about y'all well-being. Yep.
Wait, so
Alright. I'm ready to put in the calculator. 15 divided by 33 sine equals 27.5. Alright, last one I want to show you. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do some work before you go. I ain't about to spend this last 15 minutes walking around my classroom, don't believe that. If y'all feel like y'all are, I'm going to do number 8 too then. Right now, I got time. Like I said, this is where we're trying to get to. We're only hitting you with a couple right now, but this is the goal. I'm not lying to you at all. Like on the test, I don't remember a single one where we just had a triangle like we just did above, and we asked you to solve for X or something like that. It ain't going to be that easy. We're going to have scenario-based problems, because these are real-world problems, and you're going to use Trig to solve them. We're just trying to teach you Trig first right now. We're starting you out with a lightweight problem, though, but we do love this problem. I think this problem will be on the test. We love this ladder problem. I seen this problem on the EOC. They love this problem. Jake leaned a 12-foot ladder against a house. The angle formed by the ladder and the ground is 68 degrees. How far from the base of the house did he place the ladder? You gotta have a little bit of imagination with this, but it's not hard to figure out. You don't have to do no skilled drawings. I just do sometimes just I don't know. I can't even draw good. I just be messing around. All you really need to understand is this situation is trying to create a right triangle for you. But I'm gonna do a little bit more, of course, because I'm always extra with it. My drawing ain't gonna be that good though, but I like doing them anyway. It'll be fun. I'm gonna draw the side of a house. It may not look like the side of a house to you. It may look like the side of a prison, but boom, look at my roof. Out of that. I've been doing good with this all day. This is very impressive for me. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Sweet. Hang on my grass down here. Watch my grass. Some grass.
Yeah, opposite and the last one.
Alright, that's my scenario I'm setting up. I got a ladder leaning against my little house here. Sweet. I just need the label so I can make sure I find what they actually asked me to look for. They said Jake leaned a ladder, a 12-foot ladder, up against the house. This is my 12-foot ladder right here. Baby. It said the angle formed by the ladder and the ground was 68 degrees. When the kids draw these triangles for me, this is the main part they mess up on, putting the angle in the right spot. If you put the angle in the wrong place, you're going to end up labeling wrong, you're going to end up setting up your trig function wrong. They said the angle is with where the ladder and the ground meet. That's the angle. That's here. Down here. I have kids be putting the angles up here when they shouldn't, and they label stuff wrong. 68 degrees should be down there. How far from the base of the house did he place the ladder? So you want to know the distance from the house that the base of the ladder is, or the base of the house and the base of the ladder. The X should be down here at the bottom. Want to know that length right there. Then from there you need to set up your trig function by labeling correctly first. Who have I not bothered? Grace, this sounds like a problem for you.
I knew it.
Grace, all I want you to do with me is label, Grace. I'll do the rest.
Okay.
I set it up, Grace. I just want you to label it. HOA.
H is 12.
H is 12.
The blank
I ain't talking to
spot
you.
is O,
Yeah, that's O.
and A is F.
Alright. Grace, based on the way you just labeled this with me, which trig function would you use to solve for x? Cosine. Good choice. Cosine of what degrees, Grace?
68.
68 degrees equals what over what? So- Use your foldable. I ain't cheating you. What does it say in the foldable, Grace? Adjacent over hypotenuse. Look at the way you labeled, Grace. You sound like you're still guessing. I need a confident answer. X over 12. I'm sure while we sat there and did all that, somebody done solved already. So 12 times cosine 68 degrees equals X. What we got? I'm listening. Y'all can tell me. I know somebody done solved it already. 4.5. Thank you. Make sure you see that in your calculator. You need to calculate that. Y'all need to be calculating everyone that y'all can with me right now so you can build some confidence knowing you put this stuff in the calculator, right? Alright, I'm saving number 8 for tomorrow because I don't want to rush it.